Why does time only move forward and not backwards? It seems so obvious, but it turns out you need advanced physics to answer this question. Imagine if you could just unspill a glass of milk, or unbreak an egg. No matter how hard you try, you can't unmix the coffee and get the cream back out. Almost nothing is more obvious than the fact that time flows from the past towards the future. Scientists and philosophers call this the arrow of time. This is why we can remember the past, but we can't remember the future. But is this so-called arrow of time purely philosophical, or is it written in the laws of our universe? Is it possible that the laws of physics allow us to travel backwards and undo our messes? To find the answers to these questions, we have to go back to the beginning of the universe, into the deepest realms of physics. You see, in our universe, everything moves from an ordered state to a disordered state. Once you crack open an egg to make an omelet, it spreads out and fills the frying pan, and no matter how hard you try, that yolk isn't going back into the shell. A house left unattended will eventually crumble away, and you are definitely not getting younger with time. Scientists call this process entropy. Objects with low entropy are ordered and are therefore unlikely to exist. However, high entropy objects are disordered, which makes them more likely to exist. Entropy always increases because it's much easier for things to be untidy and disordered. In other words, there are more ways for a room to be messy than there are for it to be clean. The same is true for our universe. The universe started in an extremely ordered state with low entropy. After the Big Bang, our universe expanded, and over time it has become less ordered. Its overall entropy is increasing. So, what does entropy have to do with time? It turns out, entropy is a pretty good explanation for time's forward direction. According to some physicists, we only experience time in a forward direction because of entropy. They argue that if the universe as a whole moves from low entropy to high entropy, then we should never be able to see events go in reverse. We should never be able to unmix the coffee and get the cream back out, and that explains the forward arrow of time. What this means ultimately is that time only exists because the Big Bang created a universe that started in a state of order. But given nature's tendency to prefer disorder, why did the universe start off in such an ordered state in the first place? Unfortunately, even our best theories of physics can't explain why our universe had such a low entropy state in the beginning, at least not yet. To explain that, we need a theory of everything, which we have been searching for nearly a century. How would we find such a theory? And how do we know we have the right one once we do find it? That's a discussion for another episode.